we're going to share with you our secrets for the best vegan pancakes with no eggs and no dairy.
Hey guys, it's Freya and Charlie and welcome to our channel. It is almost pancake day, which means I'm going to stuff my face with pancakes.
Yeah, it is my favourite day of the year, I think. More than Valentine's Day, more than
Christmas?
No, not more than Christmas.
On a level with Christmas?
I don't know. It's up there, more than Halloween. We just love pancakes, so we thought why not create a bunch of pancake recipes for you so you guys can make them at home as well.
Yes, so we've created 3 pancake recipes to share with you, which means that you can have them for breakfast, lunch and dinner, just like we're going to have.
So for breakfast we're going to be doing a sweet American style pancake, and then we've got 2 crepe recipes, a savoury one and a sweet one, and each kind of like base layer, like the basic pancake recipe is slightly different for each one, and then of course the toppings are all different as well. We've got a few different tasty little topping combos to share with you.
I think the savoury one is possibly my favourite out of all. It's hard to pick.
It is really good, and it's definitely like you could have it for lunch, you could do it for dinner, and then follow with more crepes for pudding. That's the idea.
Yeah.
So let's get straight on and show you the first recipe. For our first recipe, we're going to be making some blueberry and chocolate chip American style pancakes, and for that we want to be using these very ripe bananas. They kind of act as a bit of an egg replacer, and they also add a really nice sweetness. So as you can see here, we have got some very brown mottled extra ripe bananas, and that is really the kind of banana you want. However, if you don't have the really ripe bananas, just a normal regular yellow banana will work just as well, but we would recommend you try and wait that bit longer until they've gone a bit ripe.
We're going to start off by mashing the bananas, and we find the easiest way to do this is to just give them a good old smush with the back of a fork. Next we're going to sieve in the flour and then add to that our baking powder and bicarbonate of soda to help the pancakes rise. In goes our non-dairy milk. For this recipe we're using almond milk, but any other non-dairy milk will work just fine. And then we're going to give that all a really good mix with a whisk. Mix until everything is combined, and then we're going to go in with the blueberries. For the chocolate chips, we're cutting up this bar of vegan classic chocolate from Sainsbury's Taste the Difference, but feel free to sub in your favourite vegan chocolate here. We cut this into 2 sizes. The smaller chunks are for the pancake batter and the larger is for topping them. In go our lovely vegan chocolate chips, and then everything is getting one last gentle whisk. Melt some butter into a large flat bottom pan and drop in a couple of scoops of our pancake mix. You'll know it's cooked when the edges start to look a little bit dry and it keeps its shape when you scoop around it. Flip that bad boy and give it a cook on the other side too. Stack them all up and finally top with your blueberries, chocolate chips and delicious maple syrup. I find that these are best served on a Sunday morning with a really well made cup of coffee, but you do you, that's just what I like best. Our savoury crepes start with a very simple vegan crepe batter. All you need is flour, salt, soy milk and a light oil with preferably little to no flavour. Give that all a really good mix together with a whisk.
One of the secrets to making great crepes is to make sure that you rest your batter in the fridge. We're going to do it for about half an hour. That's about the perfect time to make sure that your batter is nice and light and airy.
Whilst the crepe batter is resting in the fridge, we're going to prepare the mushrooms and the other bits. Start by slicing the mushrooms, cook them in a large pan with some more of that light oil, and season with salt and pepper. Once they're starting to brown, we're going to add in the herbs. We've gone with some fresh parsley and oregano, but you could use dried if you can't find them fresh. Give this all a bit longer to cook and then set that to one side whilst we grate the vegan cheese. We're using Cathedral City's vegan version, which we were pleasantly surprised by. Grate or crumble this into little pieces. You don't want your pan to be scorching hot, just hot enough to nicely sizzle the vegan butter. Pour in some of the batter and swirl it around the pan. You'll know it's ready when the edges are brown and beginning to curl up. The pancake should release nicely from the pan, so give it a flip. Onto that already cooked side, spread some chili jam, and then on top of that, add on the herby mushrooms. Next is our vegan cheese, then a small handful of fresh rocket, and finally some caramelized onions. Fold up the side of your crepe to make it into a crepe galette, and then it's ready to serve up and enjoy. This makes such a delicious lunch, dinner, or even just a little savoury snack.
Really tasty. Our sweet crepes are going to be chai spiced crepes, and the first thing we need to do before we get started is to steep our chai tea bags in the milk. We're using these Hakka tea vanilla chai, but any kind of chai tea bag will work perfectly, or if you really want to, you can make your own chai tea. So we're just going to leave this in a pan to steep for about 10 minutes in with the almond milk.
Next, we're going to mash up some banana just like we did for our American pancakes. Just like before, sift in the flour and add in the baking powder and bicarbonate of soda. Now we're going to add in some spices. That's nutmeg, ginger, allspice and cinnamon. Then in goes the vegan milk we've been infusing with the chai tea bags, and give that all a good mix with a fork.
So you'll probably notice that the first crepe recipe we didn't have any banana in it. That was just the flour, the oil and the dairy-free milk. But for this recipe we have put banana in. It is optional if you wanted to stick with the crepe recipe we've just shown you and then do kind of like the sweet toppings from this one. That would work really well. But for this we've done it with the banana because we like the sweetness it adds, and it goes really well when you do the sweet toppings. So when you do have banana in your mixture and you want to do the crepe instead of the sort of thick American pancakes, we like to put it in a little blender. It just helps break down that banana so it's very smooth and more of a runny batter, which is what you want when you're doing the crepe.
Pour a ladle of the batter into a buttered pan and swirl it around the pan. Much like with the savoury crepes, you'll know this is ready when the edges curl. Flip it and cook it on the other side. It will shrink a little bit as the other side cooks. Stack them up on a plate and keep them warm in the oven whilst you prepare the rest. Once they're all ready, top them with some dairy-free yogurt and sprinkle over a mixture of 50-50 cinnamon and brown sugar. We've creatively named this cinnamon sugar. Next, we're adding in some crushed shelled pistachios and a good drizzle of maple syrup. Fold it in half to serve and enjoy. The perfect dessert crepes to end a day filled with pancakes.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys will go away and make some of these pancake recipes on Pancake Day, or any other day of the week. You can have pancakes any day.
So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave us a little like and subscribe, because we've got loads more delicious vegan recipes and lifestyle content coming right your way.
Yes, and we will see you in our next video.
Bye!